Now we're going to cover some fundamental principles of Krav Maga. First and foremost is simultaneous defense and attack. Of course, if you can avoid a situation, you avoid it. If you see confrontation coming your way, do the practical thing, get out of there. But if I do have to react, I'm going to defend and attack simultaneously or near simultaneously. The idea is that an attacker, he may be trained or untrained, it does not matter. I've got to disrupt his plan of attack. I've got to put him back on his heels, and I've got to punish him as much as necessary to defend myself. Again, when I go beyond a threat, in other words, I've disabled him, I have cleared the danger, and I continue to beat him, you're going to run into legal ramifications. So you have to use the appropriate amount of force for the right situation. In this case, just to show you the defense and attack, Chris is going to come up, he's going to give me a punch from here, boom. You'll see, guys, he's going to keep his arm up, that I have defended and attacked at the same time by stepping off the line, which we will cover in due course. It's very important that I disrupt the attack. Again, I want to transition from the defense to a counterattack, a seamless transition, an overwhelming transition, and a transition with extreme prejudice if the situation warrants it. Another situation is this: if Chris throws a straight punch at me, left, from here, boom. Again, you see the simultaneous defense and attack, slowly, from here, boom. And then, of course, I could continue with the counterattack. Similarly, if he throws a right punch at me straight from here, you see I'm blocking and attacking at the same time. You'll see this with all of our defenses, from groundwork to clinch work to standing work to weapon defenses. The idea is to take the offensive against your attacker and turn the tables quickly, decisive, immediately, and seamlessly. You must understand that you want to go from reactive to proactive. He is proactive, you are reactive in the beginning. We need to turn the tables immediately to go from a -5 to a +5. He thinks he may have the drop on you. He's got a plan of attack. He may have a series of punches, kicks, elbows, combatas, some kind of straight orientation, or he may not know what he's doing. Doesn't matter. You're going to stop him immediately in his tracks, and you will take control of the situation. Again, that could be enough combatives to reduce the threat, to take him under control with some of the restraints that we have, or simply to disable him and run the other way. It is crucial you understand, again, use of force. If you keep beating him, you will answer for it. Now we're going to defend against upper body attacks against us, whether it's a punch, straight punch, hook, uppercut. We're going to start off understanding how to get off the line of fire. This is a crucial concept to Krav Maga. When we deal with weapons, it is paramount that you avoid the line of fire along with redirecting the weapon. It's no different from unarmed attacks. We're going to cover defensive tactical thinking with Krav Maga. We always try to get off the line of attack. By moving off the line of attack, you may also block or deflect. We try to make our defenses fail-safe or redundant. So I'm going to do it with my back to the camera. Okay, Chris is going to come up. He's going to throw a right punch at me from here. Boom. There was the line of attack I've moved off. Okay? Again, I won't do the punch. I'll just move to show you. There was the line of attack. Okay? Another defense from here. Again, he gives me a straight punch. I moved off the line. And I can continue with Retsef. If he were to throw a left punch, okay, to show you again, if I move off the line, I'll be safe. And this is moving again to my left. Okay, his right gives me a left punch. I moved off the line. Okay. If he gives me a right kick from here, I moved off the line. If he gives me a left kick from here, again, I moved off the line. Again, I'm off the line. Here.
Give me your money.
Now, preferably, we always block and move off the line at the same time. But these body evasions are important for timing and for setting up later defenses. So it's going to look like this. I'm just simply going to get off the line of attack. Again, I tried to move to Mike's dead side, and I'm not getting hit. I'm not showing you a simultaneous counterattack, but of course we would put one in. This is just building the drill, building the technique, cumulative. So from here, okay, my punches, okay, do left, right, okay, I'm moving. I'm not giving him a static target. There's one other evasion that I can do against a left or a right, where I'm simply moving back. Mike gives me a right, okay, gives you a right, and of course I could kick to the groin. What I'm doing from here, you'll notice my feet, okay, the back foot is up. For that last evasion, I'm seesawing back and away. That would work against a straight punch. Okay, Mike gives me a left, gives me a right, gives me a right hook, left hook, and again, I'm coming back in. That's timing. Okay? And timing is one of the more crucial things you've got to develop. It's one of the harder things to learn, but slowly, slowly, we'll build it up. We're going to deal with a situation where your hands are down, again, at -5, and somebody is trying to deliver a straight punch to your head. Okay? Instinctively, we're going to move off the line, but we've got to do it in a specific way. All right? Tom and I are from here. Again, he punches. I want to step off the line of attack, and I want to do it efficiently. So my hands come up, not only to protect, but when you find your hands come up, your weight will shift you forward that much more quickly, and you'll be on balance to defend and attack. Again, dead side. I can continue my counterattack. And I can continue with counterattacks. If he gives me a left punch, Tom, step again. Okay, from here. Again, dead side. And I can continue with combatives back in the head, face whatever I want to do. That's Krav Maga from there. You guys, building on the defense that we just talked about, stepping off to a 45. If your hands are down, use them. Okay? Don't keep both hands down, but look what can happen. If Tom throws, again, a right punch against me from here, I hit him in the groin. Again, economy of motion. My hands were down, quickest weapon to the most vulnerable and proximate target. Again, I've cupped the hand, I've come underneath the testicles, and I can continue with Krav Maga from there. It's up to you. But try to get that other hand up just in case that punch is coming towards your head. Back, back. Now we're going to talk about the tactical concept of closing the distance against an opponent. I won't let him unleash a salvo of combatives against me. In other words, a hail of kicks, punches, or combinations. So Rob's going to come up. Again, I'm still within his range. He's going to be some punches from here. Okay? From here. He's going to be kicks. I'm within his range. What I mean by closing the distance is this. He gives me a right punch from here. Back. Gives me a right punch from here. Okay? You'll notice I've closed on him. And I can continue with combatives. I can work him. And I can put him in between any other attackers we've got. In other words, I'm not sitting here exchanging blows with him. Okay? I'm not exchanging. I'm closing on him. I'm going to take a moment and talk about what happens if you do get hit. Okay? The body is amazingly resilient. People can take a great deal of punishment. On that note, Krav Maga's purpose is to neutralize an attacker. You can incapacitate your opponent depending on the threat. Again, this could be strikes to the groin, it could be the knee, it could be the throat, it could be the eyes in a life and death situation. People, when they get hit, tend to tense up. In our case, we want to move, okay? Mike is going to come up, he's just going to hit me in the forehead, okay, with an open palm, okay? Okay? Obviously, I don't want to get hit, but you see my motion, okay? Now, we're going to do it on this angle. Mike is going to slap me in the face. It's about time Mike got to hit me back, okay, from here. Okay, here. Okay, and from here, left. Left. Okay. You'll notice I'm moving with the strike. From the midsection, we're going to exhale to create a vacuum so that the wind does not get knocked out of me. I'm also tensing my abdominal wall to better absorb the strike. Mike will give me a straight knee, okay? I will not defend other than doing a body defense, okay? Here we go. Shoot! Okay? Shoot! Okay? You'll notice that I'm breathing, but it's also tightening up my abdominal wall, and I'm prepared for the strike. You'll also notice when I attack, or when Mike attacks, we breathe as well to oxygenate the muscles and to continue the attack. Actually, it adds more force to the attack as I'm inhaling the oxygen as I go. Now we're going to deal with a real-world situation where you have a potential assailant pushing you. It may be a de-escalation or it may be an escalation. It just depends, okay? In this case, Mike is just going to push. And of course, that's the way it would begin. We have softer defenses and harder defenses. This is what a soft defense would look like. He pushes, and I've hit him in the groin. Do it from this angle. From here, I move my body. I can attack him in the groin. Or I can just simply move my body away here and be on my merry way. Here's the breakdown of the technique. I'm simply stepping off a line. As you can see, there's a line right here, seam in the floor. And I'm just going to deflect with my left shoulder. I can do it with my right as well. You have the option of a counterattack, which of course could be a strike to the groin, or you could simply let it go. But of course, if you let it go, he may come back for more. Okay? So here's the technique. Mike comes, I simply sidestep, I pushed away using my shoulder and my forearm. Okay, we'll do it slowly one more time. Again, I'm simply going to get off the line. He's pushing, as you can see, and I don't want to be on this line. So we'll come back. Okay, he's going to push. I'm simply going to step off the line, skirting him, and I can simply move away. Or, of course, I can add a combative, which is simply this. From here to the groin, I can destroy the knee. Okay? Obviously, that's escalating matters. Only use the appropriate force. Now we're going to talk about a de-escalation technique, complementing our other push technique, where if you have your hands up, you don't want trouble. Again, many fights start with a push. You're going to just defend it by deflecting and moving on. Of course, if he continues after you, you would counterattack. Okay, it looks like this. Again, I'm just bladed here. Rob comes up, he just pushes me from here. See, he's just going right past me. Again, from here. And I'm just deflecting, and you'll notice I'm sidestepping. We'll do it slowly. From here, he pushes. I am letting him go right past me. Of course I can counterattack. It's a basic deflection. He thinks you're going to be one place, you just deflect him someplace else. I just send him past me. Okay, again, hands are up. I just send him past me. Now notice, I'm sidestepping and deflecting at the same time. Okay? And of course I can continue. Boom. And I could continue with that's it as we do. So towards the camera, it looks like this. Hands are up. From here, just sidestep. And I'm deflecting the outside arm with my modified L block. So again, to the camera. And against a one-handed push, I can deflect, use an arm drag, and then exert maximum or minimum control depending on what I choose to do. It looks like this. Tongue comes up. Okay. Again, we'll do it quickly. Tongue comes up. And what I'm doing here, we'll do it from two angles, is this. I see he's pushing me. I'm deflecting. The other hand's coming up. I'm coming above the tricep into an arm drag, right into a choke, or I could take his face down. Whatever I chose to do is up to you from there. Okay, we'll do it from a different angle. From here, Don is pushing. Again, I'm deflecting. At the same time, I'm going to rotate him into a choke. It's up to you from there. But it's only a push, remember. You don't want to hurt him too badly because, again, there are legal implications. Okay, and we'll do it one more time facing the camera. From here. And from here. My recommendation is, should you use that move, the choke is for control, to de-escalate rather than escalate. But it puts you in a superior position should he have a third party or a friend coming to attack you. Guys, what I'm doing is simply this, okay? Dave is giving me a left punch. I'm using my palm heel simply to send the punch away. I'm intercepting the punch, and I'm sliding down the arm. He gives me a left punch slowly, sliding down the arm. My impact point is his pinky knuckle. I'm sliding. I'm aiming for the pinky knuckle because if I'm late, I'll end up slightly down the arm. If I aim higher up on the wrist, for example, and he punches, this is late. And you see he penetrated the defense. Switching sides. If he were to give me a right punch, similar, go ahead. From there. Again, I'm simply deflecting it away, same idea, from the knuckle and going down the arm. Of course, it gives me a right punch again from here. We counterattack as well. Right? But it's very important you understand that it's a minimal motion from the camera. It's here and here. Okay? I'm simply punching it away and punching it away. I'm not swatting. Many people in the beginning have a tendency to overcompensate by swatting. So again, you want minimal motion, and then we'll go into a counterattack. And one more point. My left is Dave's right. My right is his left, so he throws a right at me from here. He throws a left at me. He throws a left right. boom. And of course, I would continue the defense. Okay, another thing we need to understand is that in a fight, your opponent could be sweaty, there could be blood, and you have to understand the way it's going to affect your movements. Rob comes up, he throws a left punch at me. Right now, he's not so sweaty, he throws a left punch. Okay, I'm sliding. If his arm is wet, you'll notice there's a difference. You see how much farther I'm sliding up the arm? Again, you see the sweat will affect my defense. You need to be aware of circumstances in a fight. Again, if we're blood, same idea. Okay. Again. Continuing with our upper body straight punch defenses, we're going to cover gunts. And gunts can be highly effective. They can destroy your opponent's fist if your timing is correct. They are also very, very good for in-close work. But again, they have their limitations if a weapon is being used against you. We prefer to block here, but the gun is definitely a solution. Here's what the gunts would look like. And keep in mind, I can use the left gun if my left foot is forward against a left or a right punch. Okay, it looks like this, fast and hard. Don is here, okay, and he throws a punch. Back. And there's a counterattack. Notice I was able to defend against a left or a right with my front. I can also use my rear, and I would use my rear against a left punch, which looks like this from here. And I can continue. Boom, and I can continue with Retsif. The idea is just moving a little bit in front of the face. It's not a big motion here and here. Okay, again, the hands are covering. But again, I'd prefer to have them out. I just want to make that another tool for your arsenal. And lastly, the guns can be used when you are on the ground if somebody were to mount you or to be in your guard. Preferably, you don't end up in either of these positions because the guard has its own vulnerabilities, getting punched in the groin. We do it, so somebody else might. Or the mount, he's got control and he can trap one of the arms and pound you. But it would look like this in a worst case scenario. Okay, I'm down like this. I'm actually going to go in our position here on my side from here. Okay, Don, give me straight punches from here. You see I'm blocking. Or I can do the technique, which is gun to go. Back to the eyes, maybe, or kick back. Okay, go. You got, boom, boom. Again, I can kick. Okay, again. That is what we call an over-the-top punch defense, sliding. You'll notice that my thumb is up. I'm driving my arm down like this. You do not want to punch parallel to the floor if you can help it, because that becomes strength against strength. Let me illustrate that. Mike, please. Mike is delivering a strong right punch. Correctly done, I come off the line. Again, here's the line of attack. I'm moving off and driving my fist down into him. If I were to use a parallel punch from here, it ends up being strength against strength. It also does not allow me to break the angle, driving the arm down. Okay? If this were done against a left punch, it would look like this. From here, Mike moves the left punch. Okay? Same principle. I'm moving off the line. Here's a defense without an attack. Driving through. Again, defense without the attack. Other hand is up, and of course we would continue. That's against a right punch. Against a left punch. From here, again, I'm moving off the line. Okay. Again. Here's a simple parry and defense against a left-right combination. Again. Slowly, it looks like this. Now we're going to see that same parry defense used against a single punch. It could be a right punch from your opponent. It could be a left punch from your opponent. Here's what it looks like. Okay, right punch. Left punch. Right punch. Left punch. You'll notice with the left punch, similar to our hook defense, I'm moving offline a bit. The idea is slowly this. Okay? Here's a right punch. Boom. And then, of course, I can continue. He gives me a left punch. Of course, I can continue. Okay? The idea is blocking and counter punching. Again, sending it away. Block, counter punch. Against a single punch with the right, block. Building on our straight punch defense is combination work. There's a variation on a left-right combination where I am deflecting and plucking offline and counter punching at the same time. You notice I step slightly off the second punch. It looks like this, okay? From here. Again. Again. And I can continue with Retsif. Okay, again. From here. And I can continue. Slowly, it looks like this. Okay, we'll give you a different angle. It can also be done against a single punch, okay, which would look like this. He attacks. Again. He attacks. He attacks. And of course, I would continue with Retsif. The idea is that I am deflecting at his wrist. Slowly, Dave, put your arm out. Here, and counterattacking at the same time, opening up his center line to complementary combatives and Retsif. So now we're going to cover another straight punch defense, which is called an L block. The L block is highly functional because it will defend against an edge weapon or a pointed object that will thrust at your face, your throat, or even lower. In this case, we're going to deal with a punch. Again, this reinforces Krav Maga's emphasis on learning one technique for multiple situations. Here's what it'll look like. Again. And notice I'm pinning him that I can continue, and you will see in the next volume, Cavalier number 1, where I would come from here, and I would take him down. Okay? Slowly, it looks like this. 1, 2. Notice my elbow kiss. I'm pinning the arm, attacking him. What I'm doing is simply moving off the line and counterattacking. It's very important where I place that other arm. We're going to switch the angle to emphasize that. Slowly, okay. Dave comes in, blocking, counterattacking. I'm going to turn, guys. This is an elbow kiss. This is very, very important. Again, because we use it against an edge weapon. I can continue to attack, immobilizing him. I'm now moving to his dead side so that that hand is not as effective. And of course, I'm hitting him, and I can continue with a Cavalier, which will take the opponent down in short order. And I counterattack. Obviously, I'm pinning the arm so that he can't continue to attack. Or in the case of an edge weapon, I can control it for a Cavalier, as you saw previously. Building on that defense we just learned with the modified L block, you also can have an attacker try to punch you in the groin. The defense is exactly the same, again, deflecting, moving off the line with a counterattack. It would look like this. Okay? I'm here. Boom! Slowly, what I'm doing is this. From here, he punches, same defense, off the line, and I can continue, or if I don't catch him, I just continue, again, with combatives. All right, guys, using that modified L block, it can also be used against a lead punch, or a left punch in this case. The same deflection is used, except that I have to switch the hands. It looks like this. From here. Okay, guys, what I'm doing is this. 1, 2. Now, I may be able to grab that arm. If I can, I do. But if he slips away, it's fine because I'm going to continue with my counterattacks to the inside. So slowly, one more time. From here. 1, 2. Again, I have him in a position where I continue to beat him. I can continue with anything I want, or I can go for a control hold, which would simply look like this. I give him a knee from here. Okay, and he goes to the ground. 1, 2, 3. Block, switching a hand, back fist or chop to the throat, knee, and of course, I can continue to finish the defense. Now we're going to continue with our straight punch defenses against left or right. And this particular defense is very, very powerful. If I'm able to step off the line and counterattack and close on the opponent, it will allow me to control his movements and to give him punishing knees and elbows, particularly the back of his head. The important thing is that if I do not step to the correct side and misjudge, I'm still stepping off the line of attack. This is crucial. Even if you do misjudge, if I were to think that Dave was throwing a right and instead he threw a left, if I move off the line, as I will show you, I'll still be in good shape. Obviously, you want to judge correctly. You don't want to think about it. You want to react. But in the case you make a mistake, our methodology says still get off the line of attack. From here, I want to be careful with the neck here, obviously, and I can take him back. Slowly. Sliding off the line, counterattacking, trapping, elbow work. And again, you can continue to work them. You can work them with another knee, okay? And I can switch if I want to control hold right from here and straight down, bring the leg out. Slowly, what I'm doing is this, okay? David's throwing a right. We've learned this defense already. I'm also moving, and I'm going to meld the two together to create a very formidable defense indeed. From here, boom, there's the counterattack. From here, I've jolted him back. I control. I can give an elbow. I can work the face. I can continue to attack however you think is appropriate. Okay, slowly, it looks like this. Boom, 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 and again, it's your Retsiff from there. I'm going to illustrate this with a line, a seam in the floor. What you're going to see is a body defense. Again, this is against a right punch. I'm going to block and counterattack at the same time, of course, tucking my chin. From here, I'm aiming, of course, for the pinky tip. If I aim here and I'm a little bit late, I will still glide down the arm. Okay, from here again. From here. This, incidentally, is what we call a half a roundhouse or a hook. You'll notice I'm not exactly straight because of the angle that I must move to defend myself. Now we're going to focus on a left punch defense using the same methodology of deflecting, stepping off the line with a simultaneous counterattack, control, and then Retsiff. Quickly looks like this. And I can continue with the eyes and whatever else you decide to do. Okay, quickly it looks like this again. And I can work the kidneys, I can work any part of the body that I see fit. Slowly, the defense looks like this. From here, stepping off the line, counterattacking. Again, I can use my knee, I can use elbows. In this case, I use a knee, coming down, starting the Retsiff, the back of the head. I can come fish hook the eye like this, and sweep him right off his feet, and then continue as necessary. Okay? The methodology remains the same. I will deflect while simultaneously stepping off the line and counterattacking. There are two ways to do this. I will show you both. Okay, from here, we're going to go fast. And again, your Retsiff from there. Okay, slowly. Boom. Knee, elbow, eyes, whatever you choose to do from there. That's the first method, where I'm simply stepping with my left. I will now step with my right. That's what this looks like. Again, slowly. Boom. Knee. Elbow. You'll notice this is taking me more to the dead side. If I can see it and I react accordingly, I've got Dave in a much stronger position than I did with the previous defense, but either will work. It's your preference. You'll notice that I'm going to move slightly to my right with my left foot, blocking with my right and counterattacking with my left. The variation involves taking a step with my right, if I can recognize the incoming attack, here. Here. Okay, guys, here is a instinctive deflection with an off-angle movement, in other words, breaking the 45 if my hands were down. Again, I wouldn't want my hands down, but he's just coming to attack me. I didn't notice it. I'm the -5. From here, boom, back, back, boom, back, back, boom, back, back, boom, to face, knee, elbow, and you finish with Retsiff. I'm stepping off the line, and I'm deflecting. Hands are up, similar. Hands are up, similar. Boom. It's your Krav Maga from there. From here, he's going to pull it back. You know he's going to pull it back. Because you're hitting him too. From here, knee, elbow to the back of the head. Take him around. We're going to focus on if you misjudge the attack but are still capable of stepping off the line, how we'll put you in good stead. If the defense is done correctly, by my stepping off the line, I will still make a good defense. It looks like this. From here, you see, by stepping off the line to the camera here, again, he's going to throw a right punch. This is what I think he's doing. Boom. But in fact, he's throwing a left punch. Okay, from here, I'm still good because I've stepped off that line of attack. It's crucial. Again, you have a 50-50 chance of getting it right. If you react correctly and you step off the line, you'll be good either way. Now, we're going to build on the straight punch defense that we learned, which is the sliding off the line with a deflection. I'm going to introduce a collar choke. Okay. Slowly. In this angle. Here's the basic defense we've already learned from here. Boom, I've shocked him. Okay? I may be able to give him a knee as well. From here, I'm reaching around. The camera's here. I'm going deep, deep, deep into the shirt. From here with my thumb, yanking through and turning it. Okay, and that will create a blood choke. Okay, one more time, slowly from here. Boom. Maybe I give him a knee to get the level down, reaching through, deep to the collar, and then Taisabaki down with a choke. Okay, basic collar choke. Now we're going to cover a linear punch defense against a straight right punch. You'll notice the same concept where I am moving off the line and counterattacking at the same time, using a sliding defense with a simultaneous knee. It looks like this. Against the left, it looks like this. From here, hands are up, sliding off the line. Okay, and then I combine that with a knee. From here, knee, elbow, and of course that's a Retsev beginning. Boom, 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 boom. Again, Retsev, and I can finish the defense. We're going to start with a 360-degree instinctive defense. It's called instinctive defense because it's simply a circle. Okay? We're going to break it down in its component parts. Two things are going to happen when somebody tries to hit you. You're either going to get hit or you're not going to get hit. We're going to teach you how to do the latter. Okay? It starts like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? From the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, the 360-degree defense is also building our awareness training, and this is key to Krav Maga in any self-defense. We want to be aware of not just what's in front of us, but what is to our left, our right, our 45, our other 45, even a 270 if I've got good peripheral vision. Okay? So we're going to demonstrate with a partner. Again, I emphasize this is against outside movements. Outside movements. These are the typical attacks you're going to face on the street. Somebody swinging at you wildly. Okay? And of course, the goal of Krav Maga is to get you prepared for any kind of confrontation, and this is one of the likely things you might encounter on the street. Now we're going to demonstrate with a partner the 360-degree defense. When you do practice with a partner, it is crucial that you watch your partner's face, not the hands, not anything other than the face. Because remember, Krav Maga is using the feet to the head for combatives, and somebody can do the same to you. Okay, here's what this will look like. Okay? That, of course, is a defense. Then we introduce, along with this drill, what we call simultaneous defense and attack, which, along with Retsev, is the backbone of the Israeli Krav Maga system. Okay, guys, now we're going to cover a typical street attack, perhaps the most common street attack, and a hook punch. Or it could be a slap to the head as well. It's very important that I block and attack at the same time. We covered this with the 360 defense we examined earlier, but again, I need to block and attack and then continue the counterattack. You'll see now that there's some footwork involved where I'm moving off the line of attack. I am not bursting in. I'm bursting in but off the line. That looks like this. From here, Dave gives me a right punch from here. Again. Okay, we're going to switch. Left punch from here. Left punch from here. Okay. What I am not doing is bursting. Bursting is this, direct. Because if he's strong, or he's got a long reach, he'll penetrate my defense. Again, bursting looks like this. I'll use the same force that we did with the stepping off the line. You hear? He's coming very, very close. If Dave is using a lot of power, which he does have, I'm not confident that this defense would work. Yes, I'll hit him, but he'll hit me. And the important point is if he had an edge weapon and I did not see it, you'll see a hand movement, but you may not see an edge weapon, this particular defense would fail and I would get a knife to my head, my throat, my ear. Okay? This is bursting. From here, okay? You'll see I've defended, but you'll see how close his fist is to my head. Okay? One more time. From here. And yes, I'm tucked, but I'm still going to take the punch. Okay, we're going to show you that from another angle. From here. Okay? You'll see that my back is to the camera, and you won't see much of Dave. Okay? He attacks with a hook punch. You'll see my movement. You see I've moved offline. Okay? Now, the correct time to burst, and I'm going to angle us a little bit differently here, is if my right foot is bifurcating Dave's feet. In other words, we're not nose to nose. Okay? I may not have time to step, in which case I can burst because all of my body weight is focusing on that shoulder. And I can drive him backwards because of my mass. He attacks him here. Boom. There I am in. And I continue. Okay, very slowly. Here's what that looks like. Again, off angle from here. Boom. And I'm going to be off angle now. He attacks him here like this. Boom. And now, of course, I can continue the counterattack. If we're nose to nose and he attacks, I'm going to step off the line. Okay, you have to understand that crucial difference. I'm moving off the line. I'm not moving in. We're not focusing on edged weapons, but I need to illustrate this point. If I do our defense against a hook stab, which he's got extended reach, I will survive this attack. Okay, what I do after that is not the focus of this DVD, but you'll see the initial defense. He attacks. Okay, guys, now following up on the gun work against straight punches we just did, they can also be used highly effectively against hooks, slaps, or any kind of outside attack. However, the danger is that a weapon might be coming in at you, a pointed object or an edged weapon, which can penetrate the gun and it can pierce your defense. I took the knife. Okay? I'll counterattack. Yes, I will hit him, but I'll take the knife. Oftentimes you will not see what your attacker is using against you. You'll see hand motion, and that's why we build on one fundamental defense done correctly, stepping outside. That's why we prefer to block out. But again, if you know it is an unarmed situation, and that's why it's so effective in the ring, it can be used to your advantage, combined with simultaneous defense and attack. So from here it looks like this. Don gives me a right hook from here. Boom. And again, I'm covering up. Now I'm covering up from here, guys, not from here. If I cover up from here, Don gives me a punch. Okay, I can absorb it a little bit better than if I'm from here and he gives me a punch. You see, I took the impact right through my forearm. I have a bit of a cushion here, all right? And just to show you how, again, we combine legs and hands, it would look like this. He gives me a punch here, boom, pack, and I can continue. I kicked him in the groin and I can continue, okay? If he were to throw a left at me from here, boom, same thing, okay? From here, go, boom, same thing. And you see where his hand ended up, all right? Compare that with this. He throws a left from here, pack. That's my normal block, and of course I can continue with Retsev. Okay, guys, here's what the gunt against a body shot would look like. Again, we're not going to do it full speed because if the defense is done correctly, my elbow could shatter Ronaldo's fist, which of course is the intent. So also keep in mind where you throw a body shot, this could be done to you. Okay? This is just the defense without the counterattack. Here, looks what it looks like. Okay? Okay? I'm simply bringing my elbow in to protect my rib. We're on the right side, we're protecting my liver. Here's what it looks like with the counterattack. From here, boom. I got my own uppercut, pack, and I can continue with Retsev. Okay, we're going to switch angles. Ronaldo will throw a left body shot. I will defend with my right arm, but it's the same defense. Okay, from here, boom. Again, boom, boom, and I can continue with Retsev. This particular technique is defending against a hook punch to the head, and I'm going to combine it with a turn and a choke. You'll see the combination right now. Okay, Mike attacks from here. Okay, very slowly. The first technique we know, he's attacking, I'm stepping across. Okay, punching to the throat, the chin, however I see appropriate. Of course, I could work with knee combatives, but in here, I'm going to come underneath, above the elbow, spin him right into a professional choke. Okay? It's a very, very powerful technique. It also has the advantage of placing one opponent in front of you in case there are other opponents coming at you, effectively using him as a human shield. Again, I'm going to step off the line, as we do with all hook punches. I will simultaneously block and attack, and then I will pull under, dragging Mike's arm into a professional choke. Slowly, it looks like this. I stepped offline, okay? Now, of course, I could deliver knees as we did before, but our particular technique here is coming through. I'm going to feed his arm through, right into my choke, hiding my own eyes, and of course I can take his knee out too if I needed to collapse him. Okay? We're going to show you a very similar technique now, okay? And we'll do it in slow motion against a left hook. But the finish is just a little bit different. You'll see the takedown. From here, boom, again, stepping off line, threading, taking the eyes, and we'll yank them straight down. Okay? So two variations on the technique. Boom, I hit him from here, spinning like this. Look, I can also do this. And he's coming down, coming down, coming down. Okay? And then you can do what you want to do. Again, here. You'll see that I'm going to block and attack together, but it's also crucial to understand where I'm hitting with my fist. Okay? I'll cover the details momentarily. And of course I can continue with Krav Maga. That's it. What I'm doing, slowly, Mike, I'm bringing my elbow up and counterattacking, tucking my chin and my jaw. I will stun him. I can then follow up with Retsef, okay? Slowly, it looks like this. From here, I see him coming in. I bury my chin, my elbow comes up, and I counterattack. I'm trying to use these two knuckles. I'm being very careful not to hit with my metacarpal. Again. Okay, and of course, we have all the vulnerable targets where we can continue the attack. Okay, guys, it can also be done from the left side. You'll notice that I move a little bit offline as well. From here to the head. Okay, and that is yet another option to defend against a hook punch. It's a late defense simply because I'm just reacting on same side to same side, and I haven't stepped off the line as you've seen with the previous defense. Against the right, tucking, I want to make contact if possible with these two knuckles. The danger is that I hit with the metacarpal and I could have a boxer's fracture. Against the left, it would look like this. Okay? And immediately, we can continue. I'm going to show you a preemptive punch against an incoming punch. Boom, straight in, and I can continue with Retsef. My timing has got to be better than his timing. Again, I'm using a straight line where he's using an angled attack. We're going to cover another hook defense, or haymaker defense, in which case I may find myself instinctively committing two arms to block it. I have to be very careful because he has a free arm that can obviously continue the attack. But as with all we do, you're going to see a simultaneous defense and attack. It looks like this. One more time, slowly. Again, you'll notice that I'm pivoting. That pivot serves to turn my body to block. It also serves, equally important, to drive my weight through the kick. From here, boom, 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 and I can continue. Notice, guys, I'm using a chop to finish the technique. Simply use logic. That's it. Whatever you see, you take. Okay, guys, building on our previous L-block defense, or independently of it, we're going to defend, or learn how to defend, an uppercut punch. An uppercut punch, an opponent is usually targeting your chin, your jaw, it could even be the throat, the sternum, or the groin, abdomen, depending on his height, or if he were kneeling. I'm going to deflect, step off the line, and counterpunch at the same time using a modified L. Again, we can use that against a straight punch, we can use it against a push. It would look like this, from here. All right? Slowly, it looks like this. And I can continue the counterattack. Here it is slowly. From here, I'm deflecting, and you can see I'm moving off the line. We'll do it to the camera, this way. Off the line, pinning, again, elbow kiss, and continue to counterattack. So now we're going to focus on the front uppercut, in this case a left uppercut from the left atlas stance, and the defense is very similar. I will defend with my opposite arm, which is my right, and I will continue to pin the arm and counterattack. In this case, I'll throw a same side counterattack because it's proximate. It looks like this. Okay, yeah. And I can continue with Retsef. And I can back fist, and I can continue with Retsef as I see. Boom, I have options. I could chop, I could back fist, I can continue, I can work the kidneys, I can take them down. Whatever you want to do from there, of course, is your Retsef. Also against an uppercut, you can block using part of our 360 defense, but it's a bit dangerous because the attacker could have a longer reach or he could overpower you. But it would look like this. If they threw a right from here, boom. Now I did the defense. It was a good defense, but again, we want it to work for everybody. We don't want a 100-pound defender defending against a 250-pound attacker, throwing a powerful uppercut without stepping off the line. Here's the difference again, okay? From here, he punches, boom, okay? Again, I'm still on the line of attack. From here, though, no matter how strong he is, I'm moving off the line of attack and moving into his dead side as I can. Guys, now we're going to cover a sucker punch. Generally, somebody who's looking to take advantage of your preoccupation is looking someplace else. He's just trying to sucker punch you or cold cock you. Again, it's a common attack. We need to be able to defend it. Okay? Boom! Generally, you'd always try to get your hand up and counterattack, but if you couldn't, here's what we would do. From here, hands are down. From here, I catch at the corner of my eye. Boom! Boom! And then, of course, we'll continue with Retsev, which will look like this. He punches from here. Boom! Boom! From here. Boom! And I could continue and finish the threat as necessary. He gives me a straight punch from here. Blocking. From here, the base leg turns. Boom! Devastating strike to the kidneys. A left punch from here. Kidneys again. And I can continue with combatives. The elbows are very, very strong, and obviously this is close quarters. Okay? So if Dave were to come in, he would deliver a right elbow strike to my head from here. Again, I need him in the groin. If you were to give me a left from here, need the groin. What we're doing very, very slowly is this. He's coming in, I'm blocking and attacking at the same time, of course, and then I would consider my own Retsev. Okay, we'll do it from another angle. From here, again, he's coming in from here. Okay, maybe he gives a left. And then I will continue. Okay? The point is I'm using a 60-degree angle, using my fleshy part of my forearms to defend. If it's not here, I will get hit in the head. You can also use this defense against a roundhouse kick to the head. From here, we'll switch. Dave will give me a right roundhouse to the head. From here, boom. Okay, switch the angle again. From here, boom. Okay, same technique. We will also, as a bonus, use that against a rifle or a baton type of strike. Now we're going to focus on a prevalent street threat or peril, which is a headbutt. You shouldn't let anybody in your danger zone, so to speak, or to get close enough to you to do it, but again, it could happen. In the event somebody comes too close to you, if you notice that their forehead, for example, scarred, or they have a very large neck, very large head, or they just look like the type to give you a headbutt, you have to beware. Again, I'm going to demonstrate with Ronaldo. He comes up from here. I'm going to do the headbutt. Again, I could come up. He's just standing from here. I can come out here. Okay? And when I deliver a headbutt, the body is tense. I'm not doing this. The whole body is coming in. Ronaldo's just going to stand tall from here. And I'm going to touch him in the chest with a headbutt. From here, boom. Okay? Again, it is a vicious move. It can be used against you. You need to be aware of it. All right? But if Ronaldo came very, very close to me, like this, okay, and he grabbed me, if I didn't have a chance to put my arm across or to put my elbow up, which is another defense, I'm simply going to move to one side or the other. So he's going to attack and I'm going to move. Okay, to the camera. He's going to come forward quickly. Boom. Okay? And maybe he goes the other way. Maybe I need to go the other way. Boom. Okay? Of course, we're going to counterattack at the same time, which would look like this. From here, he gets up close. Boom, to the groin. Pak, pak. And I can continue with Retsev from here. Again, whatever you choose to do from there to eliminate the threat. One more time, slowly. It looks like this. Again, I see it coming. I come to the side. My hands come up to strike for the groin. Of course, I could do a knee. I could do my elbow, take the eye. Whatever you want to do from there is your Retsev to finish the attack. Okay? So one more time, quickly, it will look like this. Boom, back, back, back. Retsev. Okay? That is a defense against a headbutt. Let me cover one other point. Ronaldo and I are going to switch from here. Were I to give Ronaldo knees, I am going to hit him here and then deliver the knee. By my putting a brace across his throat, Ronaldo, try to headbutt me. He cannot, but I can certainly headbutt him. Again, keeping the neck bold, boom. Aiming for the eye orbit, the temple, or the jaw with the crown of my skull, which is the hardest part of the skull. Another defense, if I see it coming, is he's reaching for me. Okay, from here, as I'm coming up, Mike delivers a headbutt right into my elbow. Okay, another angle. Mike comes up, grabs for the headbutt. Okay, guys, a last headbutt defense can build on a choke defense, which is very simple. In other words, Ronaldo comes from here, okay? He comes to give me a headbutt. I'm going to do it slowly because of the proximity, okay? He comes in to pull me from headbutt from here. Here! Okay, remember the choke defense is from here, he chokes from here. Here! Okay, we're gonna switch the angle. He chokes from in front here. Boom! Same thing if he grabs me for a headbutt from here. I clear. Now, it may be that my elbow gets in front, timing-wise, or it may be that I catch him coming from here with the headbutt. But again, you see the focus on one defense for multiple situations. So one more time against a headbutt. From here, boom! Okay, and again, you can see the power which I'm coming with from here. Groin kick, elbow, eyes, whatever I want to do from there. It's your Krav Maga. So we're going to talk about weapons of opportunity here. A bag in this case. It could be a briefcase, it could be a bag, it could be your laptop. You should have a tough book if that's going to happen, but we can use it to our advantage. Again, the concept is block and attack, stepping off the line. So again, if I saw Tom threatening me like this and I took my bag up from here, boom, you saw that I stepped off the line, I blocked, and I counterattacked at the same time. Okay? Again, one more time. From here, he attacks. Boom. And of course, I can continue with Retsif. Boom. And again, I've done a roundhouse kick to his groin. If you were to throw a roundhouse punch at me again, I've got the bag from here. Here. Boom. Boom. And again, simultaneous defense and attack. Where in another way, it could also look like this. He gave me a straight punch from here. Boom. Back. And I could use a bag that way too. And then take his leg out using Retsif. Boom. And I could continue with the defense. Back up. Okay, we're dealing with a carjacking situation. The objective, of course, is not to get shot, not to have anybody hurt. I can give him the vehicle and I can leave, or, however, if I have a baby, an infant, or somebody else in the car, and I can't afford for the carjacker to take the vehicle away, I then have to react. We're assuming that I've got to react. Otherwise, Chris could hold the gun on me like this, okay? I walk away, he gets in the vehicle, and he leaves. Common sense would dictate that you give him the vehicle, but if I think that he's going to shoot, or I have somebody in the car who I cannot allow to be taken away, then I would react. Again, what we did is we did a disarm. Chris came up like this. Again, I waited. Of course, the door was open like this. I waited till the last possible moment, and I did a disarm from here. Okay, kicking in the groin, coming back, seating the magazine, and then holding him at bay with his own weapon. Okay. The idea, of course, is that from here, Chris has a weapon on me. I'm doing a defense here. Okay, and I'm cupping and taking the weapon away. Again, I kick to the groin, vital territory. I rack it. I come back, and I use the weapon if necessary against my attacker. Awareness training is everything. In this case, I was stopped. If I could have driven off, I would have, but we're assuming that I'm stopped at a light or an intersection and I have no egress. In other words, I cannot escape. I can't go back, I can't go forward. I have to get out of the vehicle. I'm also reacting outside of the vehicle so that I have free body motion. If I'm inside the vehicle, well, I could grab the weapon, okay, and drive off. He still is outside and he could yank the weapon away. If he didn't shoot me yet, he'll definitely try to shoot me if I can't control the weapon and disable him. Hence my getting outside, disabling, and retreating. I actually learned Krav Maga my first year of law school. I played American football, and I wanted to learn a self-defense system, not so much a martial art, but something that I could use to protect myself. I also wanted to learn it quickly, and not to spend years and years of training, learning ritual forms and katas and sequences. Krav Maga, one of the reasons it's so popular is that it's so easy to learn and it provides, you'll forgive the term, immediate gratification. In other words, every lesson you come away having learned a real life self-defense skill which you can use in a time of need. The beauty also is that we can train anybody at any given time. For example, we could be teaching gun defenses one day, and if you've never seen Krav Maga, you'll come in and learn it. We could also be teaching defenses against an impact weapon like a crowbar. It doesn't matter what the particular attack is, we will work with somebody fresh off the street and make them proficient as quickly as we can. Of course, more training is better, but the idea is to get you street trained as soon as possible. Again, we deal with all manners of attacks. It could be chokes, it could be punches, it could be gouges, it could be takedowns, weapons, guns, knives, sticks, multiple opponents, carjackings. All of these situations are real-life dangers, and therefore we have to train them. In fact, there's very little which we don't touch. If new situations come up and the curriculum hasn't addressed them, it will. Again, usually I'm pretty good at addressing the questions. I've spent many, many years training in Israel. I go 2-3 times a year. But if I don't have the answer, I go to the Grandmaster and he will. So we constantly get improvements, updates, and the system, true to its modern battlefield evolution, continues to evolve.
So there is a very strong link with the Grandmaster?
Yes, yes, of course. Grandmaster Gidan oversees all training in the U.S. I've just come back from Brazil, having been a great part of a self-defense class run by Master Kobe Lichtenstein, a great Krav Maga instructor. We were part of the Guinness Book of World Records of 2,300 people training Krav Maga on a beach at one time. It was the largest self-defense class in the world. We were honoring the 100th year of Emil Lichtenfeld. He was born in 1910, 2010, and all of the great instructors, including the top instructor, Grandmaster Gidan, attended the event in Brazil to honor the founder of Emil Lichtenfeld. The reason that I am passionate about Krav Maga is that I know it will work. It blends learning, understanding, teaching, along with keeping yourself fit and confidence. You know, oftentimes a robber or somebody bent on hurting you looks for a victim. And while in no way are we vigilantes and go looking for trouble, if you carry yourself with confidence, if your comport says so much about you, somebody may say, you know what, that guy looks like he might be trained, or he knows, or he's confident, and I'll go look for somebody else. Of course, we don't wish anybody to get attacked, but deterrence is a big part of what we do. And of course, with the confidence comes protecting the family, and you know, there is a fitness element to it. We focus on real fighting and self-defense technique along with the fitness aspect of it. So, and there's an expression, of course, in English, called killing two birds with one stone. Krav Maga fits the bill, and it is my passion. Again, I've been fortunate to write 2 books. The 3rd book is under publication. And ultimately, we have students who have had to use it, and I feel very proud that they were able to summon Krav Maga in a time of need and use it to extricate themselves from a precarious situation.